Do 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 do. What up? What up? Give me a second. Copy link. Let's get this into the Discord and get this going. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Toxic Hustle. This is CryptoPlunder Toxic Thoughts, where I dump my brain on the internet, especially in today's time because of the transition from the analog to the digital, right? We're dealing with the fact that, especially me as a business, I know all of y'all as just individuals and individual businesses. You may or may not understand that you are all businesses. What's going on? What's going on, everyone? All right, so today I want to talk about this new model of business that we're dealing with, this new transition to digital that we're dealing with, especially when it comes to everyone understanding that they are a media business, right? You are a media business. It's going to have to sink in sometime soon. Because there's no other analog outlet for you. And as blockchain begins to create commerce, right? I'm not looking at any crypto to be a quote unquote salvation, because that's stupid. That's too hopeful. That's too much hopium for me. I need practicality. I need practicality in the things that I'm doing in life, because we've got to pay bills as businesses, and those bills ain't getting smaller, especially as real estate is exploding in price. And this bubble is going to pop badly. I don't care if nobody believes that there's a bubble or not. We've got to understand that there is a bubble. All right. So, first, let's just deal with crypto, because I want to get that out of the way fast, because again, I don't deal in news, not when I'm calling 5 for 5 where the market has been going over the last few months. All right, so what is Bitcoin? Bitcoin is nothing more than code. That code runs on machines. Those machines are mining it. You turn it on, you run it, it makes money. Either those machines are coming online and doing hashes, which show up on the total hash rate. So it's a yes or no statement. Is the hash rate going up, which means more and more machines are coming online? Or is it going down, in which nobody is trusting it to earn money for the electricity that it's minting for? So as long as I'm sitting, and this is a rocket ship right here, that's a little bit of a jump. Like, you see this, right? So we should be seeing the movement of Bitcoin going up, period. This is an indicator. Hash go down, price go down. Hash go up, price go up. It's real simple. Keep the fundamentals, right? So it is a machine. The machine is on. Yes or no? Yes, the machine is on. So what should the price do? It should go up. This is also energy consumption graph. It's going up. It's going up dramatically. See, it's not doing all this horizontal stuff that it was doing before. It's going almost parabolic, rocket ship. That means more and more energy is being used to consume, to mint it. This is a mining operation. At the end of the day, we have to understand digital is more consistent in its mining operations now, because it's transparent. We can't have a transparent mined operation in anything else, because gold has been manipulated. Silver has been manipulated. And it's easy to just dump stuff on the market, flooding it or taking it away if you don't control the ore or asset. So no, there's only 21 million Bitcoin and it's being mined. 900 gets mined a day. 21 million Bitcoin is all there ever will be. 18.5 is already gone. The last Bitcoin will be minted in 2140. That's 118 years away from now, y'all. Smash the like button if you understand that. You understand that this is a short grade digital asset, but it's transparent, so we can use it and say somebody mined it. We hold it valuable because we know there's a proof that it's been mined. That's all we need at this point, because the money supply that's being printed isn't based on anything. And we're not based on gold anymore. We're not on the gold standard. Now, you've got our fear and greed index. We got high greed going in there. And that's to be expected because of what's been going on in the market. It's been running. Total market cap, more. I mean, we're not really, we're almost to the point where we were back in May. Where we were in September. Yep, because that's October. So we're almost back to September's numbers before it dipped. But the thing is, I'm not worried about the options. I'm skipping past that because nothing really closes out until the end of the year anyway. Right, so you've got the next contract month for October will be settlement of November 1st. Will be that settlement date, November 1st, right? So I'm gonna jump right over here. And as I told you, we were gonna get ready for a pump, right? Told you about this dip, it happened. I told you about the dip, it happened. Told you about this run up, it happened. This is back in June. So y'all can go back in the video and it's proof positive that I talked about this stuff. You can go back. I didn't document this one, but I'll go back and find out what video I actually called this in because I didn't mark it down. But I did talk about the fact that this dip was coming. I also got to look in the chat and find this one. I may have put that one out too into the Discord. Called this dip, it happened. This is the September dip. And then we've got this run up that I called and it happened. Right? So now, the way that they're playing this system and playing this game, I really don't know. I just know we have this one last pump, right? It's the last one we've got for the season, and then it goes down. How do we know this? We're not being mystical swamis. We followed the pattern from the last halving cycle because I lived it. I was in it from 2017. So I caught the second half of the pump. Same as this one because I missed last year during the halving cycle because I was taking care of my mom. So I wasn't in the zone. It wasn't until I got closer into, January of this year, to summer of this year, as we got closer around the May-ish time frame, that's when I realized, holy crap, we're in a halving cycle again, and it's playing the same way. Right around when China was doing the FUD, and I looked on my ToxicHustle timeline back here, and if I go back to when I first did the recording and I came out with this video as my first video, was because at the time I could only see like this one and here. And if we go back, SEC FUD, right? And you go back, then I kind of looked and I talking about the dips that were happening. So I was talking about this back in 2017 time frame. December jump, right? I talked about the December jump. I talked about these dips and did you plan for the dip? So I was talking about that there was a cycle in Bitcoin last season, which was 2017. And I also talked about China FUD, Neo versus China. So that's the reason why I did this video, because I said, and China FUD strikes back. The reason why I did that was because I was like, oh crap, they're playing the same damn game again. How much can they really be, can they really affect us? Right, so again, all of this is based off of me getting into the news, getting back into crypto, but then realizing, just like in 2017, we had this hyperbolic jump up in the November timeline, and we had a run up all the way to October. But after that, there was a little dip in November. So now I want you to see something. This is why I said I got to see how this is going to run for that second half, because right now you see this little run up September to the 30th of October, right? So right around the 30th of October, right before that November thing, something's going to try to pull us down. I'm calling it, right? And that's what's on our chart over here. And then it goes hyperbolic until December, right before that crash. And that's why I said in November, I'm going to be pretty much out. Because you see this December jump, like you get this hyperbolic November, hyperbolic December. So if we play out the same exact, and then why I say that after that the market goes south, there's always a January dip. So here's the December, second week of December, then it drops. But then people get out because look, January, investors always, January is always a dip. So boom, it falls. But then boom, it falls in March because that's when you have taxes for the regular folk, right? Right before April 15th. Then after that, it's done. But then we're still going to have a dip. But you see, we basically right around June is when we'll bottom out before November. I already know where it's going to fall, right? November, boom, you fall off another cliff. And then that's it. That's your last real drop. Now, you'll have someone a touch over here that wants to touch these lines because it does this surge. And again, that we see all of that. And if you watch it play out, then all of a sudden you go off. And then you've got to touch back down. And then we'll see where this goes. But like I said, this, I thought we would be, with this one, I was hoping we would, well, I guess we'll hit the 75,000 mark, and I guess this one will take it over 100,000. This is the zone for hyperbolicness for October, November. But remember, we still got this little dip that's going to happen right around the November 1st timeline. I actually got to zoom into that and verify that it's not going to come earlier. I feel like it's going to come right here in October. Just because we just saw it over here. Hold on, y'all, because I may have to make an adjustment on the while we're live. And I'll put a note on it because I want to see when that November 6th, October 30th, November 6th. So it was the first week of November. Okay, so it was the first week of November we had a dip. All right, so it wasn't October. The first week of November we had a dip. And what do I have here? The first week of November. Okay, so we're going to keep it where it is because that's where it happened last time. We're going to see if it happens again. That's what this chart is, y'all. And that's why I'm not really doing news right now, because while it's important, it's only whether or not it fits a narrative for whatever's going on in the charts for how Bitcoin plays as a pattern. It's been playing that way for the last 5 times. I'm not going to change at this point. It's following what happened 2017 to a T. This is 2017. I put these up because they're from 2017. And I'm just saying, hey, if it follows again, it's going to play the same way. If it's because it's following a systematic pattern. Look at the colors. Purple, purple. That's November's. October, November's. January is red. January dip. Only reason this pump was because we're getting ready to go into a halving cycle. Halving cycles always break you. Then you know you're in a cycle. It changes what happens. You go back in time. It's not a halving cycle. Dip, diddy, dip, dip, dip. We had one little pump right back here. But there might have been some news about Bitcoin having upgrades or something like that. Like I said, it's all systematic, y'all. Now, since we're getting out of that, let's get into, because I want to check my time. 14 minutes, not bad. All right, so because I'm jumping through all of this so that we can now get into the meat and potatoes, right? Let's really just jump into this because we talked about Bitcoin and we talked about crypto. Crypto follows Bitcoin, right? So if you know how to that chart, if you know how to navigate the water, So this is the core currency. If you know how to navigate the core currency, you can basically navigate all the rest. So am I going to be chasing the dragon's tail right now, knowing what's about to happen? No. Everything else will settle back to about here by April of next year. Well, May-ish, June-ish, right? We saw that. And then we'll get back to these levels down here right around November of next year. So if we know we're going to come back to these numbers, I don't need to chase it. And then I don't know if any of these companies are going to survive. I might need to be out of those coins and only slowly accumulate them back, because again, there's a November dip. And if the news on the company, like they're not innovating and there's nothing coming out and no other companies are really jumping on those platforms and they're not getting any adoption and there's nothing really growing, I'm going to be looking at multiverses. Again, we're talking about new media businesses, right? Crypto is the currency to the blockchain. So then the blockchain, the technology of that blockchain, needs to do something more than say we do transactions together. We've got Bitcoin, we have Ethereum. God damn, how many more coins do we need for that, right? Now we have NFTs, we're going to have games. All right, now we have some practicality. How many games are going on the system? Because I'm not chasing individual game coins. If you're not part of a network, you're not going to get a network effect. That's stupid. You're going to be a isolated garden unto yourself. You will fail over time. Proof positive is that all networks need a network effect, and there needs to be businesses commercing on the network, or there's no commerce, right? So part of that can be gaming, and then in that game, it's going to have its own series of commerce past that, hey, you're playing the game, or hey, you're making babies of avatars in the game, right? There's got to be more to it. That's why I said right now we're early in the gaming industry that's coming on this blockchain. And there's a lot of quick to market stuff that's already been out there, and some of it is still weak as far as having an economy. Can I put my media on there, or do I see me by using this platform? It has X amount of gamers, and those gamers, because I stream the game, are looking for what I'm doing inside the game because I'm doing things differently as a business, from a business perspective. Not just like how I play the game. I might go in there and I might have a business in the game. Again, I'm looking for a Grand Theft Auto. I keep putting it out in the universe. Y'all don't understand. I'm putting it out there. I am looking for a decentralized Grand Theft Auto that I can have a store to sell in-world fashion items. Basically, Second Life all over again. Then I have a whole business model that works on top of that. That'll include concerts and shows and DJs and fashion lines and fashion events and being able to create digital avatar shows, all of that. I think that there's a whole universe of new entertainment. Imagine if there was like a quote unquote Star Wars, right? And in that quote unquote Star Wars, you're like all these aliens. And because you're these aliens at these starports all over the place, you're basically having concerts and shows and all this other stuff. Well, there's a game that might be a thing, right? We've got Star Atlas. Right? And I'm just gonna, so you can see the video. I'll put it here and I'll make sure my stuff is muted. Give me a check it, check. Okay. True. All right, so you see, boom. So, like, literally, you've got this. So, like, Battlestar Galactica, these ships are gonna be in space. So, like, this, if you're looking at what could potentially be like this really dope space game that you can now create media for? What if you could create media that, what it can be, the radio station, or be, the things that, like, I don't know if that's going to be a part of this thing, but that then leads me to say, would I not want to invest in holding the coin for this universe that I could create content for? Right? What is the music for this? What are the shows that are playing? What is the news that is being broadcasted across these quadrants, right? That's what's going to be big for these games that are going to have. What about esports? Esports commentators. What about events for esports, like racing games that are in here? Like, so this is what we have to think about as a media company. I am an artist, right? I'm an artist. I make music, i.e. being a rapper or doing hooks or getting singers and being a songwriter and having them perform and getting that out. That's part of what I'm going to be working on. Now with this, as I'm working on my business model, on my music, I need to be able to put things out. That's the important thing about this media industry, right? Is how are you putting out your content? How is your content going out for you? Hold on one second. All right, just need to check something. So that's what we need to start beginning to understand. What does the media look like for our businesses? What have we seen? Hold on one sec. Oh, crap. Hold on. Damn. I hate when I get hit in the middle of a show. All right. So, like I said, we've got to now, let's start looking at what, okay, what I want to do is break this down, right? So again, as I play this video in the background, I want you to think about a couple things. And this is some of the stuff I've been putting into the Discord, right? Over time, we've seen, in fact, hold on, let me actually minimize this window like so, right? Like this, and then just drag this light, hold on. Hey, come on, man. There we go. So, oops, damn. There we are. So this one, and then let me grab the Discord. Right? Oops. There we go. Right? So again, let's explore how, as an artist or producer of content, you're fulfilling this that user of content are fulfilling the same roles. Oh, I need to add to that, as a media industry, right? You being the new media industry, you're fulfilling the same information as what they had to do. You now have to do it. So now, if you look at this, and the reason why I even have this phone in here, right? I have this phone in here because I want you to understand that this is the direct content. This is the TV. This is what Gary Vaynerchuk's been talking about, right? He's been telling us over and over again that the phone became the new television screen. And I've been absorbing that and really putting that to practice and understanding that this is the new television screen. But at the same time, this is the new movie. This is the television screen, yes. That's the easiest access, but this is the new movie. And everybody can play in this movie if it's in real time. and there's real things going on, and there's real shows being broadcast outside the world, maybe inside the world. So now, how does a record label help you get your music inside here? They can't. Why? They can't help you get inside here because they have to get in there them damn selves. And these companies don't need them and their bullshit and their problems and their contracts and their licenses that don't work in a the digital realm. Analog is done. Those old copyrights are done. Now, somebody asked me in the and I think it was Cirrus had asked me about royalties, about the record label, and I kept saying like everything is here now. Like there's no need for any of these industries anymore because everything is here now. If you want to make a movie, you then really work on learning Unreal. And then you build out your movie in Unreal without actors and actresses. You get yourself a motion capture suit and an iPod Touch. You put an application in there so you can do facial recognition on an iPod Touch connected to a helmet that has the iPod Touch looking at your face. Capturing the facial movements while you're in a motion capture suit. All of that has an investment revenue that you'll have to put into it, but you should be a business and earn money through royalties. How do you get there, Trash? I'm going to tell you how you get there. You become a media business. You go to CD Baby. You get CD Baby to go ahead and get your music out. That gets you TikTok, YouTube, all these other places. You then stream your music via Spotify while you're playing a game or doing something online, where you're creating some other content outside of your music and stream it. It gets picked up for the copyright and you get royalties for streaming your own shite and playing your own music. We've got to figure out how to get to the utilization portion of media. See, that's where we stopped when we became artists and everybody lived on the hopium of getting a record deal. Even the producers were in hopium. We became oversaturated because they automated the music business, right? It's called Fruity Loops. Y'all all started using the best automation system on the planet to make beats. You could drag and drop your notes to death, ad nauseum, and make all of the beats you wanted with drag and drop, dots. That is as and then people started downloading samples all over the waves from all over the web and then drawing dots and creating sample packs, and then PayPal came around and everybody was selling beats. Now beats went from being thousands of dollars to get when I wanted to, why I became a producer when I was young, and I'm an old head now. I became a producer because I got an MPC because every producer on my block was selling beats for $250 and I didn't have it. And when you got to the industry, it was $1,000. And then when you for the smaller sect, then when you got higher up, that was like the B room. When you got to the A room, you're looking at $5,000 to $10,000 a beat. Sometimes $25,000 a beat. Imagine that now. I'm selling beats cheaper than most people because I have like beats sold like multiple tracks for small amounts. Well, why aren't you selling beats now? Because it's oversaturated. So for me, selling beats makes no sense anymore. I've got to utilize my catalog because I can create beats till I'm blue in the face. MCs aren't utilizing them because MCs want free damn beats. Well, I can't give MCs free beats, and I'm an MC and I can't get free beats. And the beats I want for free don't move me like they used to. So I got to get back to making beats, right? But to do that, I have to be able to capitalize on my media. That's why I'm creating a catalog. That's what Toxic Hustle is about to be. But that's why we have to change now, y'all. If we don't, who's going to change for us? How are we going to change this business? How do you get in? Where, like before, you used to say, well, if the front door, the music industry is about who you know, not what you know. All right. Well, what you know used to get you through the door. Like, well, how do you get to the industry now? Yeah, y'all know how it is. I'm not going to say it. I wasn't willing to go that route. So I chose another route. I was like, okay, I'm going to take the long way. I'm not even going to go that door. It's going to mean that by the time I'm in my 40s, I'm going to be making music, but I don't give a damn. I'm not, doesn't hurt my feelings. I didn't get weaker in my skills. My skills are still sharp. I'll just be talking to older people. That's cool with me. They stick around longer, and most of the people that they used to listen to suck now. I haven't really been speaking. So, but now when I'm speaking, I'm coming from like a Jay-Z perspective now because I got a portion of this industry. I'm going to have a portion of that catalog out here. I'm going to help other people that I work with make money in this zone. MG's going to be one of the first ones because he's got dope samples. Like, y'all tripping. I'm trying to be able to get MG to get me. I'm trying to license some of his content, like straight up. Like, yo, don't put that out. Let's make money over here, dude. Not gonna say that don't give it to the tribe. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that it's just like he's a producer. He's gonna have catalog that's up for sale and catalog that has been sitting on back burner that he wants to do something special with. I want to craft music. I don't want to just take his stuff and just make beats and then that's it. No. I want to actually take like the samples, make them into full-fledged songs, lay down full ass like music to it, and then distribute it, and then place it into catalogs, and then create these music playlists based off of video games, and then get those music playlists broadcasted. Get me? Now, what happens if the tribe is all doing kind of the same play? Do I now not have a bunch of other musicians who are following the same model that I'm following, giving me access to be able to promote not only your Spotify links, but be able to make sure that we're creating these playlists that include you? How do we put the music to work? Not hopium on which rapper we're gonna get on it. Look, we can get any rapper. That's not hard. I can pay somebody on Fiverr who's dope to rap on it and then promote them as a damn artist. Like, not like, oh, you're dope and I just want to use you. No, yo, you're dope. You're in a position for me to pay you to get work done. Contract to hire, right? I'll pay you for a commercial license so that I can get broadcast rights. Come on, y'all. Y'all playing. This game is easy now. So I can go to Fiverr, go get any rapper I want to rap with me. That includes one of my own business partners who's on there. But now I can tell him, jack your price up. Because I don't want you rapping on whack shit no more. Stop rapping on whack juice. Like, and now who sees us? Like, you don't know how old I am, especially if I'm an avatar in a video game. And does it even freaking matter? At this point, does it? Did it matter how old the people were when you were watching cartoons? No, it didn't. Same, y'all. Except the TV, the cable network, nobody's paying attention to that shit no more, dog. That's whack juice. I don't even like TV anymore. My girls still like it. But I'm done with it. Like, I'm so interested in everything that I'm seeing online, the information that I can get, the growth that I can get learning from the tribe, as well as what I learn on YouTube, what I'm learning in business now, what I'm learning with stocks, right? which now leads me, let me pull this back out. Give me a second. Boom. Which leads me actually to some information that I have in the Discord, right? So let's go back to our last video. Probably didn't do anything, right? Oh, I did the victory lap was the last one, and that was a while ago. All right, we're not gonna go too far back then. All right, so just check this out, right? So in the Discord, we already know, and I'm gonna go a little further back because I talk about this, and I guess we really will end up. Okay, we will end up here. So from the last video I did, taking my victory lap, where I was saying that Bitcoin's following the pattern. We talk about the fact that I said something in that video about how people are going to connect their brains to these computers, and that's basically what's been spoken about, in Revelations. You can believe it or not believe it. I just happen to be seeing it because I saw 666 on a Unix machine, and that's a configuration or change mod on a Unix machine. So that means that Unix machines would probably be the part of the machine or the beast, right? And then I've watched as multiple machines go Unix. So if you have Android or Mac, you've gone in Unix. And now if you're using Windows 11, it's basically a revolution. The beginning and ending is Alpha and Omega. 10 is Alpha Omega, right? And then 11 is basically, it's a path of evolution, right? So Windows 11 is now a Unix machine. It can run Android now. You can run change mod commands now on a Windows machine, making all machines that we hold all change moddable with 666 on them. And the sixth letter of the Hebrew alphabet is the W. Right, so you have in your hand or in your head, what was talked about in the Revelations, in your head, boom, in your hand, phone. There you go. They don't need to chip you. No need for that. You're already chipped. You got a phone in your hand. And now they're going to put it in your head, which will have AI attached to it, right? So keep you honest. So I talked about how we're not going to go less digital. We're going to go more digital, and the people that are going to transmogrify themselves and connect themselves and their brains to the internet and get that cyberpunk digital booster, basically matrix chip. They'll be able to do anything they want in the multiverse and probably end up being like mass processing and all types of stuff that we're not going to be able to do because I'm not doing that shit. So Coinbase, let me see, what's this? Coinbase wasn't hacked. Oh, a bunch of people got hacked on Coinbase. It wasn't a real hack. What ended up happening was people lose money and they click on things on their phone. I don't click on nothing. I don't click on emails. I don't click on nothing. If something is sent to me from my bank, I go to my bank's website. And I go into the notifications and I read it from the back end. Just habits, right? Just got to have those types of habits. Even when it's social media. I don't look at social media. I don't click on social media to click on nothing from social media. Learn that from MySpace days. Right? As far as what I'm doing, I'm in programming now. I'm getting deeper into programming, actually set up a Unix machine, actually started working with Python and JavaScript. Actually set up a machine where both of them have to be on the machine to be able to do things for AI and what I want to run. And some of that is going to be running algorithms inside a graph database. Right now, it looks like it's going to be Neo4j. The IMF is they're working on their global standards for a central bank dollar coin. Y'all, they're going to have their one world coin. Right now, Bitcoin is seemingly the coin, but since they didn't create it, and they are not, it's kind of, the power is distributed, so they can't really The banks are slowly but surely getting the hedge funds. Everybody's buying machines, so they're getting power into the network. But again, every country can spin up a machine. So there's that. And since they're printing money, at some point people are going to realize the hyperinflation, and they're going to need something that's not able to be printed. We just got to get simplicity with that, right? We do understand that as they debase the currency by printing, we look at all the stuff that they're also doing, the ports, the jobs, the everything, right? This is a bamboozlery on epic proportions on basically a reset happening. I'm looking at a depressionary situation, not a recessionary, but a depressionary. We skipped past that by pumping more money after the 2008 situation, 2007, Lehman Brothers and all that stuff. Laos is getting a central dollar coin. So again, I told you CBDCs are coming. The United States CBDC will end up being US dollar coin. Tesla was getting through all of the situations with their supply issues because they're manufacturing their own parts. Make your business flexible. I am using robots to leverage my business in an automated way to scale up my distribution. In doing so, I can scale up distributing not only myself, but maybe 5 to 10 of my personal friends through my own conglomerate. I then can give the same power to whomever wants to be able to network their friends and get their music out, spreading it across the same way, using the same energy, the same technology, the same power, but they'll have to, of course, pay a pro fee to be able to do that. So now, if you can just do that over time, and all artists have to log in themselves. So you just can't add an artist. The artist has to add himself, and he has to add his own wallet address from a wallet he controls. Right? And over time, the system is going to do an interview process with that artist. Standalone on its own. I put in all my information into the system. We just reverse engineer it to get questions that then allow you to facilitate that for any artist and or any company. As we create the graph, we're creating our own toxic graph, our own business graph. Facebook has a graph. Twitter has a graph. Google has a graph. Amazon has a graph. These big chain companies have graphs. We aren't trying to be a big chain company, but we're going to have lots of data sets and a lot of data points. That is important. They work great with graphs. And we're going to build graph applications. And then we'll build decentralized graph applications in time. And then we can worry about becoming a DAO after that. And then you can create your own DAO that you see what I do, right? So I'm not saying this for me to control crap. I'm not trying to be nobody's bottleneck. I'm trying to give you the information as I get it, which is why I keep telling y'all about the metaverse. And for you to start understanding the metaverse. It's also why I brought the 60 minutes thing. And I even said here, where is your music? Where is your music in the millions of hours being spent in game? And you think getting streams on radio is still important. And they got the Morpheus smirk. Because we still think Nielsen ratings is important. That's old head stats. That's old head stats. That's before me. And I don't even have respect for that no more. Just like I don't have respect for any of the recording agencies, the BMIs and the ASCAPs. Screw them. What do they do for me? They ain't made me no money. They ain't helping me they didn't help me get on TikTok. They didn't help me get on YouTube and get streams from YouTube. They won't help me get Pandora money. Right? I do that on my own now. And I have a distributor that distributes it for those things. So why do I need them for that? I tell you about the paid portions of this metaverse because I want you to understand that it's going paid. Everything is going paid. The games we play now for free and we get pissed because we just keep buying these packs and these packs and these packs that do nothing. Like, look at Madden, look at basketball, look at all that shit. All of that's going to be disrupted, y'all. I'm telling you, they're going to get knocked the hell out of here. I come at them with the same intensity. And I respect Danye that gave me the whole crypto Scarface thing. Because I want y'all to understand, like, this is gangster shit that we're about to be able to do. Not me or ToxicHustle. You, media company, you. You now earn royalties on your own. You now can go into any video game Discord channel, right? There's plenty of Discord channels, and you can find out if they have a streamer channel. And you now can stream the game, become part of that universe, earn in world. This is next year. Wait for Bitcoin to go down. You know why. If y'all part of the tribe, y'all know exactly why. How come we doing that? What are we following? We're following the halving cycle. 27, we had a spike, then a drop, and it was boring till last year. And as I've told y'all 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 times in a row, Bitcoin plays a pattern. And if this pattern plays out like it played out in 2017, which it's still playing a same melody, look at the colors. You see the same repetitive colors? Well, that's the same melody to me. That's the ripples in the water. If you're Moors, you just travel commerce, y'all. Now we've got to get out of commerce, Black Wall Street, and we've got to step up to diplomatic shit. And then from diplomatic-ish, then we can think about being kings and queens again. But we jump to kings and queens and ain't got no commerce. And we don't chart no commerce. Ain't nobody doing charts. Everybody's still trying to scheme for stupid shit that only gets a short-term cash flow. I want long-term cash. Show me long money. Or shut the hell up. Right? That's what we got to tell these fools out here, still giving us the same gangster mentality. I'm Scarface on Wall Street now. But Wall Street's old. This is the new market that they're manipulating, and we can see the color. So we know how to play this. We know if it plays like last time, after December, the second week of December, it's going to fall flat, and it's going to keep falling and keep falling all the way to March. April, right when taxes need to be paid for. And they're going to use their wallets to do it. Bitcoin follows wallets. January, taxes by institutions or hedge funds or people who are wealthy. You take your capital gains at the beginning of the year so that you ain't got to pay taxes on it till next year. That's what corporations do. Personal people file their taxes in March through April 15th. Booyah, booyah. April, bong, last week, then poop, it pops back up after that. Because when checks come in, people throw it back into crypto, but then crypto does that little dip again. So if you understand that, then there's a summer dip. Why people want to go on vacations with their crypto money. September dip. Why is there a dip in September? There's a dip in September because it's back to school and Bitcoin started in the campuses, y'all. So people take their profits in crypto to buy new hardware because you got to keep buying hardware to mine that cryptocurrency. Then we have a November dip because we got Black Fridays. And people are going to get deals on what? More electronics for what? That's right, more crypto. Then, of course, there's the second week of December. Why? Because that's right before Christmas and those last Christmas sales. Then the January dip, then the March dip, and you got. Now, when the halvening cycle comes is when you'll get a pump. Just like we had here, we had this, we have a pump, and at the end of the year, as I've mapped out, this is the last pump. I said this pump was coming, that pump came. I'm not chasing the dragon. We're gonna go to higher highs. I'm going out in USDC glory, US dollar coin. I don't want to go to fiat because the USD is printed and the US dollar coin is at least has USD put into it. But yes, I understand that US dollar could dip, but it won't be while I'm putting my bets between now and November of next year, right? Because there's that big dip and we're going to be right at the bottom here, which will be right around where we are right now in the market. That's why I'm not chasing it, because we're going to get these prices again next year, November. But by then, all of the companies would have shaken themselves out. You'll know who's good and who's not. So what do you plan for next year? You plan your business sound. You plan your business not chasing all these cryptos. You plan your business on who's going to create an avenue for commerce. What is commerce? Media, your graphics, your video, your audio. Where are they being utilized? How are they being utilized? Are they monetizable? If you're just putting it on CD Baby, then yes, they're monetizable. How, Traj? Here's how. You can stream your own show and play your music through Spotify and then loop it through a loopback system on something as simple as a PreSonus microphone. There you go. So now you can have a loopback feature, playing your music from Spotify, playing it back into your stream using OBS while you're playing a video game, giving you streamable royalties on both sides. On the play itself, you'll earn revenue for playing the music of your music. And that's what I just make a playlist. I'd make a playlist of other musicians that might be in the Discords that are talking up their music, and their music might be good. But make sure that they also are on Spotify. Maybe you can create a Spotify playlist and that might be some monetizable things on the side. You can't be public with it because Spotify will ban you. That's why I'm looking at crypto, right? That's why the blockchain takes away a lot of the power of, say, PayPal's and all that other stuff to be able to say you can't do certain things. And then there's new mechanisms. Spotify's not the only game in town. Start looking at the blockchains that are coming at Spotify's face. And that would be like Audius, right? I will be researching them in the spring. I will be purchasing a little bit in the spring. I'm not chasing the dragon now because, like I said, all of these coins are going to come back down. And everybody's going to go a running. And then November, remember, Bitcoin's going to dip right back down to these levels, pulling everybody back down. We're still in a halvening cycle. Bitcoin's still controlling the ocean. Cipher contests, like there's things over here, NFTs, like there's a whole business model I'm going to be digging deep into when I get on this side of the fence. I just need to concentrate on catalog. What stuff am I cataloging? Where my streams? How do I create a show faster? How am I able to reference things back and forth? How do I handle my transcriptions? How do I get content so I can make short form to be able to broadcast on the TikToks and all the other things to get more streams of my stuff? You notice none of my stuff has music right now. On purpose. I can now just download my streams, add music to it on a secondary nature. In the future, I'll of course have the actual recordings that won't be like uploaded. So there'll be a music stream upload for my, like the music that I do for like YouTube, but then I'll have a different one that broadcasts like short form my songs that might get broadcast, or even somebody else's songs if we're doing a partnership deal or we come up with some kind of subscription service. Because again, I'm going to be promoting the hell out of myself and promoting the hell out of my friends, and they're going to then have to invest in their own marketing. Like I'm investing in it, like I'm paying as an artist in time to be able to have credits into the system to be able to have it market me. I give it the content it needs to be able to do so, and it will cycle me through multiple platforms as they get added on. So now it doesn't matter what social media or whatever, we just got to figure out how to take the content, whether it be audio, and then attach it to some other piece of content or form factor for content, video, memes, quotes, memeable quotes. We can even do things like lyric videos, right? So like things of that nature in time, how do we then have AIs that can do this stuff in the cloud and that work be done? And how do we do it in a decentralized way where content is being manufactured and put in a central system for the business to do work with? But then how does these decentralized verification nodes validate that work is getting done? See, I'm getting the blockchain as what it can do, and then I'm taking my business and saying, as a media company, I do what? I distribute. And there's going to be hundreds of platforms to go to, or hundreds of games, or hundreds of whatever, right? Media out, like places for my media to go to. And then I just need to know where it's gone, how much like commerce, like do we have to buy coins for that, or did we have the credit already? Is it a new system? All of that, right? So these are the things that we have to look at, and then there's these network effects we also got to deal with now. So like, what is this network doing? How is this network growing? Who is in the lead in these networks? What is the kind of content on these networks? What's winning? What's losing? What formats is the current, do we have that currently can be on those systems? This will include TikTok in time, but I'm looking at the blockchain ones now. Because again, like I said, by November, I want the other companies, the physical terrestrial ones we work with. So if you are making music, you should be on CD Baby so that you get YouTube plays. If you're going to a place that tells you get unlimited streams, they are a liar and the truth is not in them. Why? Because if you got to pay for YouTube streams, then is it really free? And if you got to pay for that for every damn song you uploaded, then they kind of hustles you, right? And then if you got to pay that annually, then that's kind of a lie too, right? I don't pay for none of that shit. I put that shit in once and CD Baby gives me all that shit. I don't get paid from them. I'm not affiliated with them. I'm just telling you how my business works. I like my life simple and I want generational wealth. I don't have to worry about whether or not somebody didn't get paid because my PayPal got something and now all of a sudden my kids or whatever systems I have attached that are receiving this automatic money aren't now able to get those deposits to now move the money the way it needs to move in an automatic way. We should not be moving money manually. Like, that's stupid. At this point, right? We're not going to a bank anymore. And labels were the bank, right? That's where we're getting the loans, excuse me, the advances, loans, from the record company. And their job was what? To get you ears and eyes. And how did they do that? E.T., y'all. They put product placement and used your music. They created utility for your music. That's it. That's all they did. You were a loss leader in every sense of the word. The CDs being at the record stores, everything was a loss leader. And when all of that shit went bye-bye, no more physical. There's no more bottleneck because didn't we have to have all the printers and then we had to have all the people that were shopping your CD and blah, 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 blah. Now you just go right to the people if they listen to your ish and they like it. That was like SoundCloud, right? Burp, 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 huh? Burp, 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 burp. So even if this is like a SoundCloud-like thing and you're now getting some type of revenue, royalties, residuals, what do you care? I can tell you right now, on CD Baby, I'm looking at 0.00 something. I'll do a whole thing on royalties in the digital in the world in another video. Because I gotta get ready to go. I gotta go to work, right? We've got businesses. And while these people don't want to work, why do I work? Why do I work physical labor? Because I take that physical cash I get for doing a weekend gig and I stick that right behind my Bitsgap robots. Link in the description. I'm going to keep hitting y'all with it. Because when this shite goes sideways, my people, and it will, you need to have a product, a service, or subscription / reoccurring income / residuals / royalties. Look at what Amazon's doing. That's called Amazon Web Services. Amazon Web Services is subscription. That's getting services. What? I can now get websites up for my clients using WordPress, PHP type beats. But PHP is dying because people are now realizing I got to be a media business. Why? Because once your product is done, what do you got to do? Go on social media. Okay, then what do you have to do? Make content every damn day. Okay, so now you got to make content every day. What did you just become? What kind of format was it? Was it video, audio, text? Isn't that all media? Well, you became a media company. Welcome. And they don't want to tell you that. They don't want to tell you you're the media industry now. I make consistent money on my music through Spotify, through YouTube, through CD Baby, who now gives me TikTok plays. I just need to be on TikTok to get it. Guess what I'm getting ready to do? That's why I'm writing code. That's why I spun up a Linux server on a Raspberry Pi. That's why I put a robot software called N8N.io. I've been telling y'all about it. That's why I learned how to get this working on that system, so that I could just drag and drop applications. But then what am I doing? Oh, I'm taking it one more step further, y'all. Not only can I now connect to all of these programs and all of these things and interconnect with that, I can connect to the cloud, and then I can post my stuff through social media. So I can have my own robot in the cloud using their cloud software, and I can have my own robot in my own network, creating my own decentralized, autonomous, robotic service bots or workers or validators. Starting to sound familiar? See, you just take the blockchain, you take the ideas of it, and you kind of figure out how to automate physical workload. Because don't a video still got to be made? Yup. Don't it still need to go out? Yup. Don't you think you need to create it in an automated way so you can just kind of like scale out your workload? Maybe simplify it since we're on systems. Maybe we should be systematic in our approach of media creation at this point. Yeah. Just nobody wants to think about that. And I need you to think about that, because guess what? I need you to have content past being an artist or a producer or an engineer. Those are all parts of one bigger bubble that blew up when the analog died. And it died. Like, nobody really realized it's dead and stanking right now. Nobody wants to deal with that ish. Why do they want to deal with it? Because it would mean they have to change over to a new financial situation. They got to relearn everything they've ever learned. And when you get old, relearning ish is really, really time consuming and boring when you got to pay bills because you put more debt on yourself. Or your parent gets Alzheimer's. It gets real when you're old, man. I remember the days I could thug out and just bang gin and juice and just go crazy, man. And when I was in Japan, losing my mind. When you have responsibilities and you have businesses, well, now those take forefront. They're like kids. And you want your kids to outlive you. Assets. Corporations are logos. Logos were on pirate ships. They were just pirate flags. And those corporations, the dove and the British East India flag, still fly over our head. Those colors still bleed the same. We got to understand those colors were our own, and we did this to ourselves. It's not the Anglo didn't do this to us. Well, kind of did. More selling out Moore's black on black crime type beats. But MG handles all that. I concentrate on how do we deal with the information. Why do I do the things I do? Why do I give you this information for free? Because I don't want some idiot telling you need this behind some paywall. By the time he puts it behind the paywall, it's not effective. I'm telling you as it goes right now. Like, look, this is where my business is and where I'm going in November by next year. Because the market's going to fall and crypto all the way down because Bitcoin just plays that way. Just does. Don't care how we feel about it. The halvening cycle makes that happen. And since the halvening cycle's been happening and people have been on Coinbase, Bitcoin just plays this way. I've called the last pumps and the last dips right here, all of them since June 21st and 22nd. I've been calling this crap because it's just how it plays, man. And I said, don't jump into this shite right now. Chill out. Let it ride. Let it fall. It falls in January, March, April. You can kind of start getting back in, start looking at hardware, start looking at how you can create things. How do you scale out media? How many broadcast areas can you be? TikTok is a broadcast zone. Can you chop up your media from one platform and get on another one? Right? You've got Twitch. Is there a decentralized version of Twitch coming? Wouldn't that be Theta TV, right? THETA TV. Yeah, that's Theta TV. People are streaming here.
Not speaking much English.
See? I'm not going to play much more than that. So I just want you to know there's decentralized platforms for video, for audio. That's YouTube, Twitch for streaming, right? And then Spotify, SoundCloud is Audius. There will be multiple platforms that will then compete to be the one and the two of both of those industries. We jump on the one and the two of both of those damn industries. 1, 2, and 3 if you want. Don't ape in. Because things change. November will let us know who gets shaken the hell out and who's still here. Of next year. Not this year. This year it's going to be hype cycle, hype-nitis. And then we have a dip. Then it's a fake out because it's going to spring one more time. And then that's the end of this cycle, y'all. This cycle goes boring till 2024. The next halvening cycle type beat is 2024. This will get okay. It'll go after November of next year. That is my next buy-in cycle because there you're at the bottom. November of next year, you're at the bottom again. That and it's about right around here is where it'll be. So by then, don't chase this dragon. Get your businesses ready and start looking about what you're going to do on the blockchain. Maybe you just do financial stuff. Get your Bitsgap rolling. Get your interest per month rolling through your own trading bots. Then you're just navigating the sideways pattern. That is why I teach you about the bits. I teach you about I keep saying the Bitsgap bots, I talk about those bots all the damn time because they are for this right here. They're for all of this sideways. For when this goes boring, most traders don't want to do nothing with this. This is when I'm just going to be eating it alive. The bots are going to be trading, making the most amount of money through all of this. That's what all of that's for. And then we're just cashing out for after the next halving cycles, just to start cashing out. Steps at a time so that you don't bloody the industry or bloody the market. Steps at a time. So you've got to play the market and understand it, not from outside looking at crypto as hopium, but looking at it as the business it's been since before you jumped in and before I jumped in, And that was before 2013 or 2015. When it got to Coinbase, it got real. And since it's been on Coinbase, I've been watching it. So what's my estimates? I told y'all already. Right now, I'm going to need to adjust it because I don't know whether or not the FUD that they've done has hurt the market too bad. So I will say it still may hit 132, but I'm going to begin exiting my positions at the 100,000 mark. I will keep floating it around the 90 to 100,000 mark, and for me, that's a win. If it goes higher and it goes to 200,000, I don't care. I'm not going to be greedy. I want to lock in my profits because I did my buying when I told y'all to do y'all's. Right here. That's when I did my work. That's how you work this crap, man. And then if you bought right here and you bought right here and you got everything you needed in this pocket of zone and you know where this pump, I'm going to shrink this back down. I need y'all to see this thing rocket ships after October 30th. We go rocket ship. That's why I just play it the same way it played. And evidently, like I said, I ain't doing no mystical stuff. We just got to follow the tides. We were mariners, right? We were on the seas. Old pirates. Yes, they robbed I, sold I to the merchant ship. Bob Marley told us we were on the sea. He warned us. We were on the sea. We weren't trapped. Trappers or poachers didn't rob us and put us in the merchant ships. Pirates were, because we were pirates. So pirates were selling pirates. You know, black on black crime. Flags, corporations, old families. Crests are the old logos. Crests, family crests flew on ships. Crests are logos. Family logos, that's all. Now those crests are just the logos we see, you know, like Hilton, Paris type. Okay, I'm just making sure we got it. Just making sure. So navigate the water and navigate commerce. What they took from us with Tulsa, Black Wall Street, what they took from us was navigation of commerce. Y'all, you don't have to commerce only in the US anymore. In fact, you can commerce digitally, globally, in any way you want to, if you have media content. Do you do graphics? You have Photoshop? Well, guess what? Yes, you have NFTs, but work with a 3D person so that your NFTs will have secondary value, or step your game up and get into the 3D world. You can use a lot of new tools to do that. You're not relegated to just design in Photoshop. I actually am going to go with Photoshop, with 3D first, make my characters in 3D, and then make 2D versions of the 3D already built characters. And then those 3D characters I put into Unreal, and then I'm just waiting until I can export from Unreal into whatever system I want to export to. It's going to come. I just got to be patient and plan the media. Can now my 3D NFT thing now have my music playing? And now can my music have new things? Can I make t-shirts? Yes. Can I print those shirts? Yes. Can I do it on demand? Yes. Can I hook that to an NFT? Yes. Why? Because it's APIs, y'all. What am I telling you to build? Robots. And what are my robots hooking to? APIs, y'all. Applications are nothing more than data moving from one system to another. I don't have to reinvent the wheel. If I want to have a project management system, I tell my robot to mess with Trello. Why? Because Trello has project management built into it. Now I can have this controlled by my robot and can be controlled. Which robot does it? The same damn one I told you I put on a Raspberry Pi if you missed it. Products, you go here to n8n.io, you go over here to apps and nodes, Apps are the applications you can hook in. Nodes just means they're dots on the landscape of their system. So now you can see all the access. Airtable, that's another database in the cloud. You can hook into AWS. So if I wanted to just run there and run code, Lambda, Node.js, encapsulated code on Amazon, I could. If I wanted to make graphics, banner bears right there. If I want Bubble, that's an application layer. If I wanted to build another app outside, CoinGecko data, I'm starting to mess with that now. With one of my robots in my Raspberry Pi. I have access to database driven stuff here, cron jobs to do automated stuff on the fly, like deep learning. I told you I'm going to start messing with machine learning. I'm not talking out my side of my ass. And then Discord, you know what I'm about to do? Yep, I'm about to start posting not only to Discord, but like Twitter and all the other places that I can now hook up through APIs. Let's see what else. FTP, I could put files on FTP servers. GitHub, I can update stuff or update websites on the back end. Gmail, get stuff there. Calendar, so I don't have to rebuild a calendar. I can just utilize one and keep the data where I need to, but have it triggered someplace else to actually interact with my phone or other people's phones who are connected to the. You see what I'm getting at, right? You see how all of these things are giving me so much leverage. MailChimp to do mail stuff. Medium to be able to do posting. I can control Microsoft. I can control databases like Mongo and MySQL. I can get NASA data, which is bullshit. I can get NocoDB, which is like an API into my graph database that I actually, my NoSQL, I'm using a Mongo database, so I have an API to that. I can do PayPal stuff. So get paid in PayPal and have PayPal do stuff and move stuff around. Postgres is another database I can have running. I can do push notifications. There's just a lot. Reddit, read Reddit, do stuff on Reddit. RSS feeds, I've got stuff I want to do with that. Shopify stuff, Slack stuff, Spotify we just talked about. Where do you think I'm getting on? Where do you think I'm leveraging the data I'm giving y'all when I say I'm going to be doing stuff with Spotify and creating playlists and managing playlists? Like, y'all don't get, I'm coming from an actual plan. Like, I'm showing you the tools. What am I, bro, I got no pages. I'm going through hours and hours of video. There's nobody that got none of this out here, bro. Like, this is hardcore, unadulterated, just like I showed you this. Hold on. Let me show you what I'm doing. I'm going step by step on websites. Hold on. I'm trying to find a window that I thought I had open, but I don't. So give me a second because I'm going to have to do this. Oh, escape that. Oh, I know. Close this back up. Let's go to my Google Keep. Hold on. Hold it. Can't do that. Can't do that. Hold on. There's a reason I can't do that. Thankfully, there was nothing serious there. Let me switch this behind the scenes so that I can get this information up and then drag this over. There we go. See this? Windows software needed, Raspberry Pi, Imager, PuTTY. Then download Ubuntu, server, do all these command lines, boot the system. This, and I still have things that are breaking. Like I put a new hard drive in and things are breaking. So ain't nobody helping me get this done. I'm doing research. The same thing I had to do back when I was learning PHP, MySQL, all that. There ain't nobody that's gonna help you, man. And I can't help you in real time. Like I'm doing this on the fly as I tell you. And I'll tell you how to do it. Go to YouTube. Here you go. YouTube. And the first thing I did was Raspberry Pi 4, right? And then put, I'm going to tell you to just go Ubuntu because that's what I'm using. And there you go. And some people get it right, some people don't. I'm still piecing it together because I have not been able to get through this installation and the Docker that I need. I mean, Haru, you're not sleeping. It's just that, you know, I do a lot of videos and I talk really long. So there's a lot of data that y'all getting downloaded to. But I say I'm trying to repeat it as much as possible to ad nauseum, because when I say next year, crypto goes bad. It gets boring. And there ain't nothing else going on, and none of these crypto guys are going to have shit to say, because November it falls again, and they're going to be like, oh, we hope it's going to, but no, nothing's going to happen. What I'm doing is I'm acting as a blockchain company, like I've watched all the blockchain companies that survived the last crash of 2017. What did they do? Get to work. What do I need to be? I need to go into the next series. When Bitcoin comes back around in 2024, the next big thing isn't going to be DeFi. It already came. That was this cycle. The last cycle was DAOs, right? And having like being able to tokenize stuff. So that was like, hey, we finally got tokens. That was the last cycle. This cycle is, hey, we now have tokens, but now we've got DeFi. But in this cycle, we also created the birth of blockchain gaming. So the next cycle is going to see that be the lead. And that might take us out of this whole Bitcoin cycle. Might. Because maybe a smart contract platform gets trillions of dollars and people move it from Bitcoin into this new thing. I doubt it, because Bitcoin still only has 21 million and it's a good store of value over $1. Because my dollar, if I bought $1 in Bitcoin a couple of years ago, my dollar in Bitcoin is worth more than it. And I did. I bought $20 here, $30 there, back when it was cheaper. And we just got to understand that this is going to keep cycling through. This is going to keep speeding up. Technology doesn't get slower, it speeds up. But then there's no jobs for you as you are. I know that for myself. I was a web designer, web developer. Guess what? They don't need me no more. So what did I do? I put blockchain developer on there. Boop, boop. Put Linux on there. Boop, boop. Start putting Node.js. Start putting Python. Boop, boop. Now all of a sudden, I can say I'm a blockchain developer, and now all of a sudden that salary went back up to 100,000. I just had to change my job title. Did I change the fact that I know JavaScript? Nope. Did I change the fact that I know HTML? Nope. Do I change the fact that I'm using jQuery? Nope. Okay, so I'm still basically a web developer, but I'm just putting a new spin and putting it in another system on another chain, and just have to put some other type of money behind it to store it. Oh, it's a new type of hosting. Got it. Decentralized apps, which is what I've been telling y'all about. What runs a decentralized app? Data. So you need a decentralized what? Database. What is that? Matic. Could be Cardano if you're staking. Wherever you want to store data in a certain way. Is it programmable? Will it have APIs? I'll just wait till all that gets there. Why? Because my robot works off APIs. So by then, it won't matter. If you can't make it simple as an API hook, this whole complexity of how to set up systems is going to end soon, y'all. And then it's going to get real simple. So I'm going to keep it simple. I'm going to stay with APIs. I'm going to stay learning Node. I'm going to stay working with databases like Mongo, but I'm also looking at SQLites for like small form factor applications. Right? So that this way I can build these little apps that are hooking into bigger database structures on chain through oracles, right? That's chain link type beats and all that other stuff. So that's how we have to think now. And then where's my data? It's on the cloud. What can I do with that? Now I can store where all the locations for all of my assets are. What are those assets? Any piece of media I have, and where are they located, and are they earning over time? Graph database. And that's why I'm building a graph database app using Neo4j. And that's the next thing I'm installing this week. That's why I said I really, and it's close. It's cool. It's like the universe says Neo. Like I tell you, I'm J Tragic Jeffrey. It's like Neo4j, J like JY. I was the letter J dog when I first came in the military. Neo for me. When I saw that, I was like, all right, Father, I'm gonna get on this. And it's a graph database. Graph databases are the databases for the future of business. If your business isn't on a graph, then you're not really in business. And I'm learning that, and I'm going to begin to learn this to do it because it has many ways to hook into it, and it's going to take me a while to get this one down, but this is going on my Raspberry Pi too. And then I'm going to build graph apps that spit out JSON that go to a static site that's hosted in the cloud. All automatic, and then that website is just there to handle maybe even just being like a pseudo wallet to receive access to receive revenue, and then that revenue is used for you to get access to business type data on the system. Like, hey, how the robots are trading, what's pumping as far as tokens that we're doing. I mean, I'm not going to be making shows about that all the time, especially when Bitcoin goes boring. So you might still want the data because I'm still making money on the data. So you might want to make money on the data too. Well, then there's a subscription for that because everybody needs a product, a service, and a subscription, right? I'm not going to sit there and tell you something I'm not living myself. But then my subscriptions can be cheap, cheap, cheap. Why? Because I'm decentralizing my business model, keeping it cheap, and I'm earning as I go. So I don't need you to pay my bill. I ain't got to raid you for money. And I ain't got to keep the information from you. I need to make it in such a way that the information that I just give you makes me make money with my business anyway. So I don't even need you to get the subscription for me to earn. It's like, oh, I'm earning. You don't want to use it? That's on you. See, that's the type of attitude I have with my business now. Like, I'm not here to facilitate your businesses if you don't believe in your business. If you don't believe you're a media company, I can't prove that to you. If you don't believe you can get into this gaming industry, getting into Unreal and watching a shitload of videos to figure it out, I'm about to do it. I don't know what you're going to do. I'm going to put my music into Unreal Engine stuff because I know Engine is already working with the Unreal Engine. So I already know, I'm already buying Engine. So and I'll just buy more when it dips in November of next year. And then I'll be staking it and I'm going to get part of the network effect. But I got to go, y'all. I am late. So we will talk.